Question 6. Describe some of the ways that volcanic eruptions can be predicted. 6 marks. So this question is asking us to describe, so we need to say how these methods work. The ways that volcanic eruptions, it's asking us about volcanoes, not any other type of hazard, can be predicted. And this is the key word that we want to make sure that we're answering correctly. So predicted means can we forecast when a volcano is about to erupt. It's not asking us how do we plan or how do we protect to reduce the risks of volcanoes. It's asking us how we can predict. So there are many different ways, especially as unlike earthquakes that occur very suddenly without warning, volcanoes actually show us lots of warning signs. For example, they start to change size or they swell, as we call that. And we can measure this using tilt meters or also using satellite and aircraft observations. So I'm going to write that down, and that's going to give us potentially 3 marks. So as we're describing this, we've actually picked up quite a few marks. So magma rising causes land surface to swell is a mark. This can be measured using tilt meters is another mark, or observations from satellites or aircrafts, which is another mark. Another thing that can happen is the gases can change as just before a volcano is about to erupt. So we can measure the chemical composition of gases being emitted to give us another mark. So we can measure the chemical compositions of gases being emitted to give us a 4th mark. And then we can also measure to see if there's any earthquake activity. So using seismometers, we can measure to see if there's any tremors, and this may indicate if a volcano is about to erupt. So here we've picked up 6 marks to describe the ways that volcanic eruptions can be predicted. So magma rising causes land surface to swell. This can be measured using tilt meters or observations from satellites or aircrafts. We can measure the chemical composition of gases being emitted, or we can monitor earthquake activity using seismometers. And that will give us 6 marks to describe some of the ways that volcanic eruptions can be predicted.